Christmas bells. This was kind of fun to do. It was very loose, very kind of almost experimental the whole way through. So maybe that ended up with results that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure if I like it or not. But you know what? The very idea of painting something without really knowing what you're going to paint. I mean, I sort of had an idea it was going to be bells, but there's a lot of this. If you watch the video that's coming up, you'll see that I really winged this one. I think I was in a hurry because I have to head out of here in a little bit. But all right, so if you hang in there, I'm going to let the real-time video play, and you'll see how I painted this right now. Okay, good morning. Let's do some bells for Christmas. Christmas bells. Alright, so let's put two bells, one right there, one right there. And we'll just kind of sketch it in first so that I kind of have a starting point. I want to be able to see inside the bell. So how you doing? It's a good day. Hopefully. It's a little bit later than I like to start. I've been getting up later lately than I normally used to. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because it's so dark still, you know, the time change and everything. But anyway, just sketching this in, make sure I get this bell. There's two bells. Two bells just ringing loudly or gently or magically. Let's say magically. Let's say magic. Do you like magic? Do you like magic tricks? I'm a sucker for magic tricks. I want to know how they're done, but then again, I don't really want to know how they're done. You know what I mean? Is that you too? You don't really want to know how they're done. Just show me the magic trick and let me be in awe. So yeah, that's kind of how I am too. All right, a little ribbon here. Yeah, when I used to do music, sometimes I would actually play music on like I don't want to say an ensemble, but the show was a variety show. That's a better way, the variety show. So the musicians would play, and the magicians would play, and the dancers would dance, and kind of like that, if you know what I mean. So when you have magicians on stage and you're on the wings, on the side, you sort of can see how they do the trick, you know? And that's kind of fun to be able to see the secret to the magic. I mean, it is and it isn't. In a way, you don't really want to see that, like I said, but at the same time, it was kind of fun to see how that worked. So, I can't tell you that I know anything about magic, though. Although I will tell you this, that there was times in my life when I would go to a magic shop. I bet you've done this too, right? You go to a magic shop and there's a young man or a young woman in there. They're demonstrating a magic trick, and it's like, whoa, how did you do that? And then they will say, well, you can buy it. So then you buy the trick, and it's like so simple, and you go, oh my gosh, that's all it is? And it ruins the magic for you, see? That's one of the things that's kind of weird. But yeah, I did that a few times. I paid a lot of money sometimes to find out how a trick is done, only to discover that I'm disappointed that I know how it's done. It's like, whoa, I shouldn't have paid for that, because now I know, and now it's not magic anymore. It was magic before. Now it's not magic. Gosh, yeah. And I always try to remember the magic tricks. I always try to, like when I'm with my grandson, I say, what magic tricks do I know? I used to know magic tricks, but I can't remember them all. I can't remember. I think I remember one of them. All right, let's have some fun with this. Let's put some colors on here. I think I'm in the mood for some purple. Let's put some purple on here. Let's get it wet, and blues and purples and reds. I'm going to do everything but the ribbons and the bells. Just get everything wet. Spread that out a little bit. Have you ever done white on wet? Well, like wet white on pink. That's what I'm going to try to do. That's what I'm going to try to do. Because usually I do white on dry. And I want to try it with the wet. I just want to see what happens. See if it spills out nicely. It spreads around. Makes something magical. Use the watercolor as watercolor, you know? Kind of an idea there. I think in order for it to work, the background has to be kind of dark and it has to be wet. So I'm just having fun here. Just having fun, making it very colorful if I can. Make it dark or rich. How about that's a better word? Make it rich. Rich and colorful. I used an orange pencil to sketch with only because I don't know. You could use anything really. Just I think sometimes if I use a light color like orange, it helps with the masking of the of the pencil itself, so that you don't see it so much. Let's just get all this purple on here. I know the back of the card is not usually something I worry about, but a little bit. Maybe I'll put that ribbon back there. I just thought it would be fun to have fun. I thought it would be fun to have fun. Artists just want to have fun. I have not really finished my Christmas buying, my shopping. I have so many things to do lately. I feel like I'm running all over the place. Like I got another. I'm not complaining, but I got another doctor this morning at 8:20. So, gotta take care of that. Nothing big, just checkup and all that. Seems like I get a lot of checkups. I think once you get old, there's so much money available to the doctors. I hate to sound cynical, but I think that's part of it. They say, oh, he's old, he's got money. Well, I don't have money, but the insurance company has money. Say, oh, the insurance company is going to help us. And then you go and, well, it is what it is, right? Do you like that saying or no? No. Some people don't like that saying, I've heard. It's okay by me. All right, now, you know what I want to try? What I said I wanted to try. I want to try to add the white. Let's see if it spreads out. I'm going to use the white that Deborah sent me right here. This is the bleed proof white Dr. P.H. Martin. What I want to do differently from what I've done before is I want to add it to the paper while it's wet, while the paper's wet, just to see. Kind of an experiment. There we go. Put that on there. Let's see, because we can always change it, you know. Let's just see if it looks, if it spreads at all. It's not really spreading, is it? I got some yellow on here too. Oh, that spreads. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. There it goes. I just need to make it bigger. I think, see, that's making it look very cool, doing its own thing. Yeah, I like that. It almost looks like stars. Very cool. Alright, don't get carried away. One more. Okay. Now, see, that's kind of cool. I like the way that looks. I think I can't do anything until it dries, so I'm going to turn off the camera and I'll be right back. Okay, it's dry now. Now let's take the yellow and, whoops, that's a, I had red on that brush. I didn't realize. Okay, let me get some yellow. Got that yellow off of there. It looks green almost. I gotta get it to yellow. There, that looks yellow. Let's just get some yellow on here. Just kind of brush it on, just so we have some on there. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Now let's take a smaller brush. This one looks like it'll work. And let's add some dark browns to the inside of the bell. Yeah, we can come back to it. Yeah, the magic of art. There is sort of a magical part to art too. It's almost like music, because the magical part of art is hard to define. It's hard to figure out what it is. But we can theorize. We can write a book about it. We can write essays about it. We can have conversations about it. We can have a TED Talk about it. We can be the expert on it. And we can say things that people will take with them as gospel truth. And yet, it might not be. How many times have you heard somebody say something, and then later on you say to yourself, wait a minute, that wasn't true, or that wasn't completely true. Yeah, that's kind of the way we are as human beings, I think. What does they say? Take everything with a grain of salt, right? I like that expression. I wonder where it came from. Everything with a grain of salt. It's an interesting thing, where that one came from. The inside of the bell looking a little bit darker than the rest of it, sort of. Yeah, that looks good. I'll put a couple of some of this yellow ochre looking. series of darks and lights. And we can use the watercolor effect a little bit to let it spread around. There we go. Let's get this in here. Gonna use black for that, make it really dark. There we go. A little bit reflective right there. Same up here. Let's go ahead and get some of these browns and these yellows, these oranges. I think a few purples wouldn't hurt either. Get a little bit of purple in there. There we go. Little dark decorations around the edges, maybe. Let the watercolor do its thing a little bit here. Maybe get some decorations in the bell. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let that spread a little bit. Okay, let's get some red over here in these ribbons. There we go. It's starting to look like ribbons a little bit, huh? Just a little bit more darkness, I guess, to the bells, or to parts of the bells. Just a little more darkness. The inside of the bell. A little bit of a hairy brush. Let me get something not so hairy. Something not so hairy. And now let's put some hints of pine needles. Maybe just go some hints of them. Don't have to be perfect. Coming down here in front of him. Here we go. I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, I don't want to underdo it. I'm covering up some things, but that's okay. There we go. Now let me smear the back of the card, and then we'll kind of review what we've got so far and perhaps change it a little bit. Let that dry. I feel like I want to add snow. I know that sounds weird, but I think I do. I want to add snow. So I think as long as it's dry, why not? Why not add a little bit of snow falling? It's kind of gathered on the bell. It's gathered on the different things here. It's gathered on the needles of the pine tree. A little bit of snow. This is an outdoor scene here, obviously. Put some snow on there. I think it'll add to the whole effect. It's a little bit frosty. It's a little bit of snow. Yesterday, Rob and I were watching the tree lighting ceremony in New York, and it was snowing while the performers were singing. Not heavy, just a little bit. It was kind of cool. Silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Oh, these are more like golden bells, aren't they? Frozen bells. Frozen bells, frozen bells. Now it's starting to look like there's ice dripping from the bell. Some icicles forming on the bell. Winter bells. Alright, let's put some snowflakes now. It's snowing all over. Every card I make lately has snow on it. I must enjoy doing this snow effect. We talked about magic earlier. This is magic right here. This is the trick of the artist magician. This is the trick of the art of magic, or this is the trick of the magic of art. How about that? Maybe that's the way you should say it. It looks like a very, very cold bell. Couple of bells. All right, I think I'm gonna call it done, because I gotta be at the doctor's office in about an hour and 10 minutes, so I better hurry. What do you think? Well, I think our winter bells are done, but the back isn't dry yet. Let me turn off the camera, I'll dry it and I'll be right back. Okay. Let's fold it, make it a card. And it's definitely a different one. The question is, do I like it? I like it, it's okay. It could be better. I really think I rushed myself because I know I have to go. But it's okay. And you know what? Somebody's gonna like it. One of the things I learned at the art auction a couple weeks ago, some of the cards that I thought nobody would like, they were very popular. So go figure. Go figure. Maybe I'll do another bell card another day. But for now, I gotta go. So thank you for being with me, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.